All right, so let's talk about this golf swing. This is a fun little swing. We need to fix some address position stuff. But it looks like you're trying to work on some early extension. Classic. Got the chair behind you, trying to keep your rear end on the chair. So in reality, I don't think that's doing you much good. So, I watched this swing. First thing I saw was number one, at address, this trail arm is kind of rolled out on top of the golf club. It looks okay with your right hand, but your right arm is just way too far out and off of your body. It kind of points towards my camera. I'd like it to sit more downward and then have your hand kind of in the same spot. So it'll look a little more like this and a little less like this. So that's causing you some problems. So now that that right hand is on top, the first you're going to do is you're going to take it way outside. So if we watch, you're going to take that club way outside as a product of your setup. So let's see if I can even do that. There we go. There we go. So way outside. There we go. So this is where you get to, and you're trying to create this big loop. So I think you understand what you're trying to do. You're trying to keep the club moving in to out, maybe hit a draw. But at that point there, you have no connection to your body. Your club is just way out here, and then it's going to try to loop its way back in. So first things first, right arm more under, right hand on the side. Start working the club and your hand path, most specifically your hand path. Start working the hand path a little more in to create a little more depth so you don't have to make this gigantic loop. That would be number one. Number two is when you're making these backswings, we need to use our legs a little bit differently. So you've got that chair there and you're trying not to like knock it over this way. I want you to feel like when you make that backswing, I want you to take your right butt cheek and just push the chair out of the way. Like really extend that right leg and push that right hip back. Because what you're currently doing is in an effort not to move the chair, you're not really turning. So you're getting here, you're just kind of extending your leg and kind of changing your inclination to the ball. And so as we watch it, you're just straightening it. You're not really pushing that right hip backwards. You're not really turning. So you've limited your ability to turn, which is making the club go up and out. And then you're going to try to loop it around. So next thing, so we've got setup, hand path, hips go in a little bit. I think that'll kind of tidy up the path a little bit. There's some wrist stuff. I'd love to see it from face on, but I'm going to guess minimal wrist, late low to the club, and probably an early dump of the shaft as well. But that's just hard to say from this angle. But I would say, yeah, you can kind of see the late low to the club right there. Sergio can do it because he can kind of float it and he figures it out and he knows how to like time that correctly. I'm going to guess you're not Sergio Garcia, so you're not going to want to bam, snap it down. You're just casually letting the weight of the club actually do the hinging for you when you need to actually tell the club what to do. So eventually I would say get to that. But number one, just work on getting right hip up and back, get the hand path a little more in so you're just not kind of just taking the club and looping it way under. That's probably the place I would start. I think you've got a good idea what you want to do, and you want to make sure that club is coming in to out, but you're doing it in a lot of wild ways, and the chair is fine. It's just not right for you at the moment. I don't think that's really an issue for you.